Yo, what's going on? What's going on? Welcome to another episode of Empire Jeff TV. I am your host, Empire Jeff, coming to you on a Wednesday night in which the Los Angeles Lakers got flat out embarrassed by the Sacramento Kings tonight, 130 to 120 at home in a game that they really needed to get, man, with Golden State winning tonight and a chance to make up a full game on Sacramento by playing them tonight. And the Lakers just could not get it done. And the defense was just a problem from the second quarter on. There's going to be a lot of blame to go around tonight. I'm sure the narratives will be flying tonight. The night of the narratives tonight. I know they're coming. But the Lakers didn't really do anything to silence them tonight, man. But our bench was atrocious. Anthony Davis did not have himself a good game, 14-11. But at the end of the day, Rui scored 29. Rui got the points AD typically would have had. Scoring wasn't the problem tonight. The Lakers scored 120. The defense was the problem, man. Malik Monk and De'Aaron Fox just went dummy tonight. And there was really nothing that could be done. And this is why I say I have trust issues with this team. And I'm sorry tonight. I got a really bad headache tonight, y'all. I've had a headache since like Monday. Almost didn't even do the show tonight on playback. I did. Wasn't gonna do the post game, but I didn't want to duck it after a loss. But yeah. So it's not gonna be too long of a post game tonight because I got a really bad headache. But damn, man, just a really, really bad, ugly loss. A win that they really needed to have. Came out, played so great in that first quarter, and then started to. Well, not the entire first quarter. They got up 19, and then Monk and Fox got it going, and then they really just took over from there, and the Lakers just never could really hold on to the game after that. So, Braun left the court with about 2 or 3 minutes left in the game. Looked like something was bothering him, but he's probably going to catch some heat for that. Whether he should or shouldn't, but if something's wrong with him, he needed to get to the locker room. I hope he's okay, but people are going to spin it. But yeah, I mean, you score 120 points at home and you expect to win a basketball game. So you give up 130 points, give up 44 points to De'Aaron Fox, man, 26 to Malik Monk. Those two were just white hot in that second quarter. Shooting display. I haven't seen one like that from two guys in a quarter in a while. And like I said, Rui with 29, Braun with 31, AD with 14, Austin with 18, D'Lo with 10. D'Lo had an off night too. So we need, like I said, the AD with only 14 points. If AD goes for 25, then Rui has less than what he has. They scored enough. They just could not defend. The Lakers shot 51% overall. The Lakers shot 47% from three. The Lakers had 14 turnovers, but Sacramento shot 55% overall. And even though they shot 38% from three, Sacramento made 54 field goals to the Lakers 42. Sacramento took 97 shots to the Lakers 81. So them just getting out and going, just chucking it up more is pretty much what it was. They took 17 more shots and made 12 more than the Lakers. So pretty much the story of the game right there. But like I said, I know people are going to be all over AD tonight. People are going to be all over Ham tonight. And there's not much I can say about that. But the entire team's defensive effort tonight, there wasn't a real button you could push once those two got going. There were no guards on the bench you can go to for defensive purposes. There really was no big you could go to. Jackson Hayes, as soon as he came in the game, that just went to trash after that. That was an interesting call by the refs, though. I didn't understand that overturning call on the and one by Jackson Hayes that they ruled that they overturned and called an offensive foul that he led with his knee, but the guy was in the restricted area, and that was a basketball jump. Like his knee was not like he put his leg out. Guys' legs don't stay straight down when they go up for floaters in the lane like that. I didn't understand that call. Let me know what y'all think about that, because that kind of had me confused a little bit. I didn't understand that call. But it was just a really, really bad loss, a really bad performance. The Lakers got off to a really good start. They probably had about 7 or 8 minutes of this game where they looked incredible. Those first 7 or 8 minutes, they looked like that OKC game we had the other night. And then everything just went to hell. Everything just went to complete hell. And, even in that, when they started to go on that run, Darvin called 2 timeouts, and they just nothing they could do to stop them. They just could not stop that backcourt. That backcourt just flat out lit them up. They got busy. They put in their work, and there was just nothing the Lakers could do. Just nothing. And when you don't have Jared Vanderbilt out there, when you don't have a Gabe Vincent out there, when you don't have extra length of a Christian Wood out there really wasn't any there really wasn't any button to push. So I'm definitely not going to overreact over this loss. But it was just a bad one. You know, they could have used this one. They really could have used this one because this is a team that they were chasing in the standings and Golden State won. So it makes it sting a little bit more. But this has been what this Laker team has been all year. This is exactly who they've been all year. You know, they get a good win or they get on a little bit of a streak there and get a little run in them, and then something happens, right? And it's just you have the Denver loss where they fall apart. They come back and they smoke OKC. They got off to a great start in this game and fall apart. It's just the inconsistencies of this team, which is why their record is what it is. And like I said, plenty of game to go around. This is not just on Darvin Ham. This is on Darvin Ham. This is on the players. This is on just the energy out there, man. Like, just those guys were just getting absolutely cooked by those two dudes, and there was nothing that could have been done to stop it at all. Like I said, I know it's the popular trending thing to blame Ham for everything, but Ham wasn't the guy out there guarding these guys tonight. Those guys got cooked, and there really wasn't nothing that no coach could have done to stop that when guys start seeing red like that. And it's just in today's NBA, when you can't touch them, you can't defend them really, and guys get it going like that, it's all she wrote. But that was just man. That was just bad loss, man. Bad loss. But we got no choice but to go on to the next one. We got Milwaukee, which is gonna suck because they just got destroyed by Golden State tonight. So they're gonna come out looking for blood on Friday and looking to make up for that. So the Lakers have a really tough matchup potentially coming up on Friday. But like I said, you know me, I don't ever get too high. I don't ever get too low. I just got a really bad headache tonight. The Lakers didn't help that headache. But this team, this is why I really don't get to it's really I really don't overreact over losses, because this is just who this team is. They're gonna have losses like this. They'll have wins like against OKC. They'll have comebacks like they did against the Clippers. They'll have incredible victories like they did it in Boston and in New York. And then they'll have games like this where they go out and have an incredible start to their first quarter and then it's completely fall apart. This is who this team is. This is why I keep telling y'all I have trust issues with this team, because you just never know what you're going to get, even if it's the same game. The same game. And now, while it's very easy, and I'm going to sit up here and say AD did not perform well tonight, but like I said, the Lakers scored enough. Rui got 29. Like Rudy put up the numbers that AD would have. The scoring wasn't the problem; it was the defense. You gave up 130, and it really wasn't even that close. Really wasn't even that close. Like, it got close towards the end, closer towards the end, but this was an absolute annihilation and an embarrassment from the second quarter on. And the Lakers should be ashamed of the effort in the second quarter. But all you can do is build on it. Just build on it, because there's really nothing. Like I said, there's no button you could push. There was no one to go to on the bench to send for help. There was nothing. Could have definitely used a Gabe Vincent, a Jared Vanderbilt, or a Christian Wood in this game. Definitely could have, but they're not there. They're not there. And when teams get going like that, and you've got to go to the bench, and the Lakers bench has just been getting absolutely cooked no matter who comes in, there isn't a lot. There's not a lot that can be done right now when teams are cooking like that. So it's LeBron. LeBron gave it all he could, put a heck of a run there in the third and fourth. Tried to put the team on his back and carry him on his back like he did in that Clipper game. It just wasn't enough, because these guys just kept answering it. They never lost control of the game and never felt threatened. It never felt like the Lakers were going to be back in it. It never felt like the Lakers had a real chance. For me, really, for the second quarter on, it never felt like the Lakers had a chance. And I hate to say that, and it sucks. But Search is, being a Laker fan is like being in a bad relationship. Being a Laker fan is like being on a treadmill all day, man. It's like we love our Lakers. I love my Lakers, but this team this year, man, it's just gonna be what it's gonna be. It's just gonna be. The Lakers were favored in this game, I think, by 2.5. So even Vegas thought they were gonna win tonight. But tough loss, y'all. Tough loss. I foolishly enough thought that we were gonna get this one, because started to trust the team again a little bit. But again, this is why I have trust issues, because every time I trust them, They let me down. But you know, in most games, I try to find a silver lining. I try to find something to build on and go to the next one. I try to find something I can like, okay, at least they had this, or at least this did something. There really isn't much of anything in this game to take from, other than Braun looked great and Rui played great. They weren't. They was kind of like borderline empty buckets at a time because they just couldn't really gain any ground. But Rui had himself a good night, and Braun had himself a good night, and the rest of the team just didn't really show up in a way that impacted winning. And we definitely could have used more guys. We could have used some reinforcements. Like I said, those three guys were going to be such huge roles on our team. Well, we thought Christian Wood was going to be a bigger role than he played, but we could have definitely used his length tonight. And Vando and Gabe are just guys that were just meant to be have such an impact on this roster this season. And games like this, when you got perimeter guys just lighting you up, and those two guys we're gonna be counted on heavily to be able to guard guys like that, and we don't have them. And so D'Lo, AD, they don't have it in them. Spence has played better defense since he's been here. He's not that guy, and you can't expect Braun to do it. And then we can't expect AD to try to be the best defensive player in the world and get 30. It's just it can be frustrating because we just need our guys, and we haven't been healthy all year. You guys have heard me multiple times say this team is like one retail store that has 2 or 3 shifts that none of them work at the same time. And so it's frustrating. But it is what it is. You know, we're gonna make at least the play-in. No idea what seed we're gonna get. Ideally, man, I was really hopeful we'd get 6 or 7, but a loss like tonight is just really bad. It's just really bad, man. So there's teams that we just don't like. Well, we match up very well against like the Clippers. We match up very well against OKC. I feel like we match up very well against Phoenix. But there's teams we don't really match up well against. And that's Denver. That's the Kings. 50-50 on Minnesota. I'm not really sure how we match up with them. I'm not overly confident, but I don't necessarily think they're going to smoke us. And then, you know, the Pelicans, I think we match up well with. But there's a couple of teams that would be a bad matchup for us in the first round. And that would be Denver, maybe even Sacramento. Dallas has given us some problems just with their unorthodox play. I think we have a better team than Dallas, but we tend to struggle with them. So I think Dallas, Denver, and Sacramento might be our weak points. And Minnesota being like 50-50. But I think OKC, Clippers, and Phoenix are ones that we could get, and the Pelicans. But the Lakers aren't in position to try to position themselves or pivot themselves into thinking they can decide who they play. You know, they got to make sure they don't get 9 or 10. You can't put yourself in a single elimination game. You know, if you get into a 9 or 10th playing game and these guys just start just raining from 3, or someone rolls an ankle, or you get a referee that's tripping, like you can't put yourself in a one game situation like that, because that was that would be wild, man. That'd be you just playing with fire right now. But Minnesota, I'm not completely sold on. I don't trust Cat come playoff time. Never have. He's never really shown up. So I don't trust him. I know a lot of people front run with them right now. I think they're more built to give Denver a hard time, and I think they could. But I'm not. I need to see them. I need to see them advance before I believe it. But I think that could be a 50-50 series for us. But I'm not convinced of that. Like I think they could beat us. But I think we could. I think we'd have a shot at them. But Denver, Sacramento, and Dallas are just teams that just give us fits. So I definitely wouldn't mind trying to avoid them in the first round. But the Lakers aren't going to be in a position to try to play that game where they can duck, because you can't have yourself line up in 9 or 10 and play those games and then still have to go and play the number 1 seed. That's just playing with too much fire there. But yeah, man, I was hyped after, and about like 7-minute mark of that first quarter. I was really hyped. Like I was loving it. I was like, okay, they're doing it. Like they're about to get out there and make it happen. And then everything just went to hell. Just went to complete hell. You talk about, like, I can't remember the last time a Laker game fell apart like that. Like that was just a collapse. Absolute collapse and quick. Like that was just, I think about what, up 19 to, we went up 19 to down 15 and almost like a blink of an eye. And I'm just like, what? This is wild. Like, this is stupid wild. But it be that way sometimes, y'all. It be that way sometimes, man. So on to the next one. Put in the work. You know, Milwaukee's gonna come in. Definitely upset about that loss tonight, embarrassed about that loss tonight. And they're gonna come looking for blood. And the Lakers got to be ready to answer the call. And hopefully they do, because that would be a bad back-to-back loss at home when you really can't not be in a position to throw away games. And they've got to play Sacramento next week in Sacramento. So that's going to be a bit brutal there. It's a tough place to play for them, tough place to get wins for them. And that pace, the way they can score the basketball in bunches just tends to give the Lakers some trouble here, man. So let me tap with everyone in the chat real quick. Thank y'all for pulling in. One Peruvian guy, thanks for pulling up. He said trade AD and fire him. Here we go. Here come the narrative nights. Phoenix, what's going on, my guy? What up, Jeff? Very frustrating loss. True indeed. Daniel Berry, Sports Highlights, what's going on with you? Festo, what's going on, man? Controversial man says AD continues to get slapped by heroes. Here come the narratives, man. Ham is the worst coach to ever exist. More narratives, man. I knew this was going to be the night of narratives. Controversial man, hey, he getting Euro stepped on. You say Euro stepped on. Richard says, need to see Reeves come off the bench. You know, I wouldn't be mad at that because we need some scoring off the bench. I would not be mad at that. I just don't think we have a guard right now to start. Maybe when Gabe comes back. But I wouldn't mind AR off the bench because I think he plays the same whether he's starting or coming off the bench, and I think he could score off the bench, and we would kind of need that right now, man. Lakers all day. What's going on, my guy? I said, yo, Jeff, we are an up and down team. Yeah, bro. This is why I say I have trust issues, man. Darvin gotta go. Tamika, what's going on? Said this was crazy. Let's see. DJ, what's going on? 60 Cent, man. Pausing his pregame to go and just work out to come over here and say what's up and salute the chat, man. Make sure to go over, subscribe to Lakers in 5. Very entertaining, very fun show over there. Go drop a sub on DJ over there if you haven't done so already, man. Ham should have been fired last season. Yeah, that wasn't going to happen, bro. I've been telling y'all that this game was a headache. Bro, I had a headache, Eric, before. I'm telling you, I've had a headache since Monday. I don't know what is going on. But earlier today, man, I was like, I'm not going to do the game, but I already posted I was. So I was like, man, I got to commit. I did. I said I was doing, I got to do it. And, man, when you got a headache and going through that whole game, yeah, it makes the headache worse. So, yeah. Definitely. Turd War, what's going on, man? As a longtime Lakers fan, the Lakers organization is mediocre at best, except for the bubble chip. We haven't been relevant. If not for the play-in tournament, Lakers wouldn't make the playoffs. Well, I mean, the Lakers got the 7th seed last year, but yeah, no, it's been a rough stretch, man. It's been a definite rough stretch. You would think Reeves would send Fox right, knowing he's left-handed, etc. Are those guys thinking? Yeah, but sometimes it's not as easy as it sounds, Wayne. It's not. When a guy gets cooking like that, you can't touch him. You can't do anything. He's lightning quick. He's deceptive. He can also dribble right if he has to. But yeah, he's definitely looking to go left. But it's not as easy as it sounds for guys who don't move well laterally to do that. It's just not. This team is a headache inducing. This is true. Get why Ham went so long without giving a timeout. Well, I mean, when they were going on that run in the second quarter, he called 2 timeouts. He did. But they didn't do anything. Like I said, they had no answer for them, man. They had no answer. T Sweezy, what's going on, my guy? What's going on? Thanks for pulling up, bro. I know my opinion doesn't matter to ownership, but I would love to see ownership look at the Dodgers. Oh, God, we would love that. And that group is buying more and more shares of the Lakers. But the Bus children aren't going to give up controlling interest. That's just that's not going to happen, man. Said, don't overreact, Jeff. It's just one game. You'll be all right. Nah, I don't ever overreact, bro. I'm a fan, but I'm not a nut job. I'm not going to sit here and go crazy or nuts over this, right? I'm not going to lose my mind over it. It's frustrating. It's annoying. We needed this win, but it is what it is, man. You know what I mean? Like on to the next one. We still got games we got to worry about. This one's over. Flipping out over this one doesn't solve no problems. Getting tired of seeing the 3 playmaker lineup. Got to get Dinwiddie his touches. If not, we should have gotten someone that fits that mold. Now, Richard, I agree with that. Yeah, I mean, letting him play point, I think is important, and I think they've had stretches where they are, and they have. But it's just you got guys kind of getting redefining their roles out there, and he just needs to be the point guard of the second unit. because just nothing. Guys, I just don't think anything was working right for him tonight after that first quarter. Literally nothing was going right. There was even a call, that Jackson Hayes one, that was in the restricted area. There was an obvious foul on Monk, got overturned. It just was one of those nights, man. Bad loss. They were just better than the Lakers tonight. It happens. On to the next one. This I agree with, man. Ham should have been fired. Here they go. Brandon saying, never seen two teams who own the Lakers, Kings, and Denver both have Euro bigs who beat AD down. Joker definitely gets him. The narrative on Sabonis is absolutely wild. AD damn near doubles his production over the course of every game they've ever played against each other. But the Lakers have never faced the Kings healthy. It's either no Braun, no AD. We have no Wood, no Gabe, no Vando. They never play the Kings with a full roster. And it's not an excuse. It's not, because they're still capable of beating them. And they've beaten them without full rosters. Like, they've beaten them without AD. But to sit here and think that Sabonis owns AD, that's wild. That's wild, man. My Lakers are giving major love-hate relationship ties with this fan base. I'm not understanding, but it is what it is. Still a fan, but damn, yeah, I love the show. I feel you, brother. It's this season has been mentally challenging for fans, man. A chance at 7 now goes back to 10. Yeah, that's what makes it frustrating, Eric. Can't get too high or low off one night. It's discouraging though, because the team looked pitiful and so energetic overall. That's what bothered me. I'm not gonna say it was a must win, but it was a must compete. Like, you need to be in this game. This is a potential playoff matchup. So maybe not a must win, but it's a must compete. You got to compete in this game, especially after the last game that came in here and did the same thing to us. So you got to compete against this game. You could say that this team we played worse against them than Denver. Like, you could say that. Like, they came into our building twice and embarrassed us. Just embarrassed us. And it's just when you got Denver, Sacramento, and Dallas gives us problems. These teams are potential first-round matchups. And the Lakers, as of right now, don't seem to have any answers for them, which is frustrating. AD is really is being disappointed. What's up, Angel? Yeah, AD in the Phoenix game was kind of like this. I'm kind of noticing something here, too, that I don't like, is that I'm noticing AD is letting the referees get in his head a little bit, and letting the referees impact his play, and letting them take him out of the game. He's been getting those early fouls and getting in early foul troubles and having to come out of the game because of fouls. And that's becoming a problem, because it's becoming a trend, and that's not something that we can really deal with. It's not something that we can survive, really. Because if he is going to continue to come out of games like that, then that's going to be a problem, man. That is going to be a problem. Because if he can't defend without fouling, then the Lakers are in absolute trouble. Just absolute trouble. Because they need him for that. They don't really have anyone else for it. So they absolutely need him for that. And 2 fouls in the first, 3 in the second, 4 in the third, like having to go out. Like, at that point, I kept saying when I was on playback, man, just let him come in, because at some point we're not going to be able to come back against them in the fourth. And at that point, it's over anyway. So just let him roll now. I would have just left him in the third. That's one thing I didn't agree with Ham on, because at that point, like, you weren't going to have a chance in the fourth. Just put him in. If he fouls out in the third, he fouls out in the third. So be it. Not really, don't really care about that. But it's, man, in the end, just is what it is, I guess, man. JSJ, what's going on, man? Search and Troy says, I'm depressed. JSJ said, season is over. It's not 10 seed. Here we come. Here y'all are, man. Ham is awful. Every team gets to play physical. With the Lakers, don't get the calls, the other teams. Yeah, that's the frustrating part. But we can't do nothing about that, man. Can't do nothing about it, man. Lakers are like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to go to get. Hit them with a Forrest Gump one, man. Love the show, says it's still love, Lakers fam. Oh, for sure, man. For sure. Like I said, man, we love our Lakers, man. We know what it is. It just is what it is. But we know what it is, man. Shout out to a bunch of everyone over on Twitter tonight, man. Twitter is flooded in tonight, man. Appreciate y'all. We got more on Twitter than we do on YouTube right now. Shout out to y'all, man. I know y'all can't drop a like on the video, but you can on Twitter. Then like and retweet this joint for your boy, man. Share it out. Put it into the Twitterverse or Xverse or whatever that thing is called nowadays, man. Appreciate y'all, man. Showing crazy love on Twitter tonight. Appreciate y'all, man. And on YouTube, man, drop a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already. But major shout out to everyone over on Twitter tonight, man. It is live and popping over there right now. Let's see. David says, why do we match up well against the Thunder but badly against the Kings? I mean, it's just rosters, man. They got two really quick, explosive guards that can shoot from deep, can get to the cup, can finish with touch, can stop on a dime and just drill it. Like, there's a lot of different things that they can do offensively, man. And they're just talented. You got a very good big in Sabonis. It's a good team over there. But the Lakers just struggle against them. David says, like, what's the difference with those two teams? Yeah, just the roster, man, and styles of play. Let's see. Richard says, feels like AD job getting near impossible when you got to worry about the guards punching into the paint while Sabonis waiting for the opening. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The workload for AD is really tough, y'all. You're not beating Minnesota? I'm not scared of Minnesota, bro. I'm not sure anyone is really. We've been in this bad relationship since 2021. That's true. Kind of get used to mediocre when the bar is low and the West is packed. Yeah, man. West is kind of open. Denver, the best team, but not really any big favorites. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's Denver and then the field in the West. The Lakers are part of that field, but it's Lakers, just like I said, inconsistent, man. Do we match up well against the Bucks? We haven't played them yet this season, but the Bucks don't play very good defense. But we have yet to face them in the Dame Giannis era. We get our first shot Friday, so we will see. Back to basic Lakers. What's going on, Sharita? Yeah, tough one tonight, man, for sure. We don't need to duck no one if the players only give effort on occasions. That's when we will win. The coach, the players both have to want it. Yeah, I feel you. What's going on, Jamar? Thanks for pulling up, brother. Appreciate you, man. Thank you for the support. Lakers are soft. 0-9 AD versus bonus. Yeah, LeBron hasn't played in a lot of those games either. But yeah, the losing, yeah, but that's a team record, not an AD record. AD beats him in statistical categories. It's just the team when he's played, yeah, just hasn't. But it's not a him versus a bonus thing. It's if you look at those games, it's Fox and Monk who've been killing us. Sabonis had a great game tonight for sure, but it's not Sabonis destroying AD while we're losing those games. Like I said, Rui had 29 tonight. So if AD had his normal points, Rui wouldn't have had those points. So it's not even. Like I said, y'all forcing it with that. Let's see. Major says, unpopular opinion, Max Christie is overrated. That's right. I said it. I wouldn't say he's overrated. He's young. I don't think we know what Max Christie is yet. It's really hard for young players to play in this system with LeBron and AD and the team we have. It's really hard for them to get in where they fit in. So as far as him being underrated, I don't think we even really fully know what or who he is yet. When the opposing team is physical, Lakers lose. The opposing team gets away with violence. Yeah, when other teams play that aggressive against the Lakers, I agree. The Lakers don't always rise to the challenge of it. The Lakers aren't a aggressive, like super tough team. So that is an absolute fact. LeBron doesn't like getting bumped too much. AD definitely doesn't like it. That's a fact. I don't have no pushback on that for you. Hey, Craig, what's going on? Thank you for pulling up. I appreciate you. Only one 50-win season since LeBron got here. Ready for this era to end. Yeah, I feel like since LeBron got here, it's just been nothing but injuries on top of injuries, brother. First 10 games of the season, we get healthy and get everyone back. We will make a run. Unfortunately, I think the farthest we'll get is Western Conference Finals again. I don't see us beating Denver, but if we're healthy, we'll see. I just would love to see this team play them well while healthy, man. Lakers will never beat the Kings with this roster. Oh, and he's still on this bonus thing. 20 watching, 17 likes. Yeah, look, YouTube is light tonight because there's a lot of people streaming right now. A lot of people upset after this loss right now. So a lot of heavy hitters streaming right now. But Twitter, man, we got over 60 people on Twitter watching right now. So shout out to y'all over there on Twitter, man. Appreciate y'all. Free Mind says JHS breaking that 3 was the icing on the cake. You know what's funny? I said I was like, man, it's gonna be the night of narratives, man. It's gonna be the ham narratives. It's gonna be the AD and Euro players narrative. And then I was like, it's gonna be the Braun left the court, the Braun's leaving the Lakers narrative. And then JHS came in. I'm like, oh God, don't add JHS, don't add another narrative to this. Do not fire the shot. Do not shoot it. And then he took that shot and just hit the other side of the glass. I was like, well, there's another narrative. I was like, man, that is wild, man. Funny how the Kings had 0 All-Stars and we have 2. Yeah, that was wild. Those guys are incredible players. The way our roster constricted seems like one of two injuries and the margins error becomes much smaller than it already is. And the key players missing are the defense and offense. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. Just we need our whole team, man. Let's see. What's that? Hurlulga? I don't want to say your name wrong. I apologize. Sabonis always owns Anthony Davis. He's not a true center, and Sabonis snubbed at All-Star game. Uh Again, man, if y'all look up the matchup head to head, stat for stat, that's not true. Lakers got no heart. We're lacking dogs. That I agree with. We don't have enough dogs on this team for sure. Why no Reddish? I don't know. That I don't know. I feels like it's trading off where he wants to give Cam some minutes and then Max some minutes. And I feel like when he plays Max, everyone's asking where's Cam, and when he plays Cam, everyone's asking where's Max. Just like everyone was like, you got to bench D'Lo. He can't play against Denver. You got to bench D'Lo, and then he benches D'Lo, and everyone's like, why did you bench D'Lo? You see what I'm saying? Like Laker fans are just never happy. Nothing they do is right to them. They feel like hindsight is 2020, y'all. And it's very easy to say when something didn't work. But the same people who complain about Max not playing then complain about him playing when he plays. And then the people that complain about them not benching D'Lo complain about them benching D'Lo when they bench D'Lo. Again, just make it make sense to me, y'all. Got to be consistent. AD needs to stop this mental weakness. I was listening to everyone ranting. No timeout, too. Sheesh. That I do agree about. I think AD got checked out when he starts getting those fouls. I think that's what it is more than anything. But Darvin Ham in that run in the second quarter, we even said it on playback, good timeouts. He called 2 timeouts. Nothing changed because they don't have the reinforcements. He can't go to Christian Wood to help AD on that front line. He can't go to Gabe Vincent to help that backcourt. He can't go to Vandal to help the whole lineup with defense and rebounding. He just didn't have those pieces to plug in. And when you have that, when you don't have that, that hurts your team. That hurts your team when you're not playing full. Look, and I do not want to come off as I'm making excuses because I'm not. There's a difference between an excuse and an explanation. Just because an explanation doesn't mean it's untrue. There's no excuses. We should have at least competed in this game. There's no excuse for how bad we lost this game. So no excuses, but an explanation. We just don't have all of our soldiers to go to war with. And when you basically do an entire season of that, it just takes its toll on you. It does. And that's why this team is where they are, is because it just takes their toll on them, man. We need a Morris, bro, or someone who was a dog that'll get in people's faces, even our own guys. Yeah, no, I agree. Fox 44 points killed us. Yeah, he just destroyed us, man. Trade AD next year, build around LeBron. You tripping, man. We struggle against quick athletic guards and real centers. Yep, we do. Let's see. We have Swizz says Empire Jeff. It's a 3-guard lineup, weak ass drop coverage, and when will Ham realize Rui need to play 35 minutes? Rui had 29 tonight, bro. He cooked. 3-guard lineups. Hey, matter of fact, when you run the metrics of 3-guard lineups, it's not bad. The problem is just the length at which they do it, right? Or situationally. But our problem is just defense. We can't stop dudes. So it's like you scored 120 points at home and lost. That's the problem. Scoring isn't the problem. They scored 120 points. They gave up 130. That's the problem. Like the amount of shots that Sacramento made more than the Lakers. So the Lakers shot 52% from the field. They shot 47 from 3. I mean, but Sacramento made 54 shots. The Lakers made 42. The Lakers made more threes than the Kings and shot better percentages than the Kings from 3. But the Kings made 12 more field goals. 12. Lakers outshot them from the free throw line. Still lost by 10. The pace, the amount of shots, the buckets that they got. You guys have heard me long enough when I've done this show and I talked to you the difference between a loud bucket, a loud stop, a loud rebound. Sacramento had a bunch of loud buckets tonight, a bunch of loud rebounds, a bunch of loud stops. The Lakers, that dunk by Braun was a loud bucket. That and one by Braun, loud bucket. There weren't really loud buckets outside of that. Weren't really loud stops, loud rebounds outside of that. But when you talk about loud, Sacramento Kings had a concert out there of loud buckets, loud rebounds, and loud stops. It was loud out there for them. Lakers needed earpieces. It was that loud. But the Lakers, Sacramento was just, it's like they had like the noise canceling. They didn't hear nothing. There was nothing loud coming from the Lakers. Delhi comes out small. Let's see. Everyone was all hyped on AR's defense against OKC. I think he played solid defense against OKC. And as a matter of fact, he played solid defense against Fox in the first quarter. And then Fox just became Fox. He just took over. Austin gives the effort, man. He just doesn't have the physical attributes. He can't make up space with the lack of length. Doesn't have the lateral movement. He could body up someone. Someone like SGA, who's looking to get to that elbow on either side and stay in the mid-range and really ain't looking to go the whole way. Austin can at times bother that because he doesn't have to guard from three-point line to the cup. He really doesn't. And then when you're forcing guys into a mid-range situation, AD's that much closer to shade, makes your job easier. But when you're going against someone like De'Aaron Fox, who will shoot willingly from three and make it, it can stop on a dime, go 100 miles an hour. That's a bad coverage for Austin Reeves, but the Lakers didn't have anyone else out there to guard him. LMAO, D-Lo comment, he busting y'all fave player. Okay, tonight, Fox 44, D-Lo 10, and stop talking. Yeah. He's been on a good stretch, but yeah, he was feeling that. But he definitely got lit up there, man. Sammy the man, what's going on, my guy? Said, what's good, Jeff? Bad loss tonight at the game. Fans are screaming fire Ham pretty tough tonight. I bet they were, man. That's the trend right now. AR and Rui, the most physical. Yeah. 80 soft, Braun soft, D'Lo's cotton, AR silk, our whole team in lambskin. That's a good one, bro. That's a good one. Richard says, wonder if NBA is taking the free throw differential too hard since Raptors coaching going off. Well, I don't think so, because the Lakers outshot them crazy at the free throw line tonight. So no, it's not the case. It's just the Kings made more field goals. Should Darvin give Harry Giles a chance? At this point, I'd rather have a dude from Home Depot playing than Jackson Hayes. So yeah, let him get out there and see what he could do. Ham goes on YouTube and listens to us for coaching. That means Ham's coaching staff is sorry, man. He doesn't really have a coaching staff. He has a bunch of player developmental guys. Ham just needs to find mismatches and play accordingly. Yeah, no, I agree. Let's talk about what they did right in the first quarter. Well, that would be ideal, right? But then it just fell apart. They looked so great for about 6.5, 7 minutes of that first quarter, and then just went to horrible after that, man. When Vando come back, think he should be off the bench and inject the defense when teams start going on a run. I'm on the opposite side of that. I'd rather start him and have him prevent teams from going on a run. When you got a defensive guy, I'd rather bring offense off the bench and start the game with defense. So that maybe a guy doesn't get going like that to begin with because you have Vando out there on him versus trying to put Vando out there when a guy's already on fire and like red hot. Like it's harder to get a guy to get out there and try to guard a guy like that who's cooking like that versus when you can start on him from the jump and try to keep him from getting dummy. Feels like Lakers always give up a basket after timeouts. This is true as well. Darnell, what's going on, brother? He said, once the game is not going AD way, he shuts down. I don't like that. That's a lack of heart, in my opinion. Yeah, it seems like I said, he seems like he lets a lot of things get in his head and he kind of shuts himself out. Our problem definitely is defense and dogs. It's obvious. Our only hope realistically is Vando and Gabe, and if somehow can be playable offensively. And that's what makes it scary because we don't even know if those guys are going to make it back, let alone what they're going to look like on the court when they come back. That's what makes it difficult. We don't know what to expect from them. Makes it really hard to have faith in this team because we don't know who we're going to have. So Ruby, 29 points, 13 of 17, 3 of 5 from 3, but only 2 rebounds. A great game offensively. Man. See, he goes, exactly. We should have traded AR to the Hawks. We have no guards that can play defense and stop penetrating. Hawks weren't doing that deal, bro. I tried to tell y'all for months. Even if they included AR, they weren't doing that deal. They want more picks. That deal was never going to happen. It was never on the table. It was never optimistic of being close to done. It never even had a framework. It never did. I told you guys this for months. It was never going to happen. William Rodriguez, a lambskin man. Yeah, that one killed me. When I say it's the 3-guard line, it's meaning we need to use our advantage, which is our length, and we dictate how the teams play. Yeah, no, I get it. That lambskin one did kill me. Could Cam have locked Fox up? No. Cam is better at guarding wings, not guards like that. The Lakers don't have anyone. The league doesn't have anyone that could guard Fox when he's going like that. This is not a Laker thing. It's a league thing. Darren Fox and Malik Monk have been giving dudes buckets all season long. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, dudes were like, oh, Murray kills us. Murray kills everybody. Everybody. Joker kills everybody. It's not just the Lakers. It's not just the Lakers. I really just want to call dude Harry Styles. It's easier to say, right? We might as well give Harry Styles a chance. I heard a few people say that. That's a good one. I heard some Home Depot's dudes got a mean jumper. Yeah, they do, man. The League of Latinos are they playing over there, man? I'm telling you, I've seen those leagues. I played in those leagues, man. Harry and Anderson's. William Rodriguez, bro. It's so much easier to call him Harry Styles, especially if he balls out. You got to take the name. AR bench, Rando start. But then who's the two? Who's the two? That's a problem. There's no two. You know what I mean? Dirty Harry. On D-Lo podcast, AD and CD waited. He don't like that drop coverage scheme. Hand play all the time. AD wants to switch out on point guards. He does. And he says that it's and he also mentioned Coach Is. So he said that it was also Vogel that did that. It was also Monty Williams that did that. The problem is, guys, is that AD's coaches don't want him going back and forth from the top because he was getting injured when he was playing that type of defense. Is when most of his injuries came in his shoulder and his hands. His leg injuries became when he was playing more in the paint, but he was getting injured a lot in that type of coverage because he was getting his hands in deflection. He was breaking his finger. He was messing up his wrist. He was doing all kinds of things that were causing injuries. So they took him out of those types of coverages. Damn, Renner says, damn. But yeah, yo, man, that was a rough one tonight, man. That was a rough one. But I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here, man. Like I said, I've had this headache. It's driving me nuts. I need to get some rest. So thank y'all for pulling up. I appreciate y'all. Thank you for everyone who tuned in over there on playback.tv/EmpireJeffTV. Head on over to Playback. Go over there, become a member to our room over there. I'm trying to get to 100. That's the first goal. I think I'm like 85 right now. So come on, head on over to Playback. Become a member over there. It's free. Join our room. And I need to get to 100 by the end of this week. So help your guy out, man. I greatly, greatly appreciate y'all. Also, Fanatics. If you do any shopping on Fanatics, make sure to use our link. Your order experience will not change. However, the good people at Fanatics will give a portion of your order proceeds over to Empire Jeff TV and contribute towards the channel, which will then help the channel grow. So we greatly, greatly appreciate y'all, man. Thank you, JSJ. Thank you, Search. Thank you for the mod god up in here. Thank y'all for everyone who tuned in on Playback. Thank you for everyone who hit up the post game. Thank you for everyone who stuck with me tonight, even though I was kind of like not at my best with this headache. So definitely, I still try to come and give you guys this content and do the best I can, even though my head is killing me right now. So I'm gonna go get some rest and appreciate you guys. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Y'all have a safe rest of your night. Y'all have a safe Thursday. We'll talk tomorrow, and I just hope the Lakers can get this win on Friday. And we'll be talking soon, guys. Y'all stay safe. Catch you guys tomorrow.